I was going to make a PowerPoint last night, but I decided to go swimming, so I forgot. I was going to show a video of what we do at Ryla, but after the other video we saw, I put mine to shame, so I thought I better not do that. And it was 16 minutes long, so.
Swimming outside?
No, there's an indoor pool. Yeah, in 12-degree weather. Okay, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we do and some of the big things that we've changed over the last couple years. So I'm Dustin, I'm from Utah, District 5420, so it's our whole state. They can listen in too.
That's the most creative response to a social media.
I teach college classes, and so when the student's cell phone goes off, I make them answer it in class. And it just embarrasses them, and I love it. Sometimes I make them put it on speaker. And I'm all about embarrassment, so. So I've been involved with Ryla since I went to Ryla as a participant 13 years ago as a junior in our district, and I fell in love with Ryla. And I continued to come back for a few years after, and then I kind of was over what a lot of people are calling junior counselors. We call them alumni. They're just returning students from the previous year. I was over them, so I helped organize them. The big difference between our alumni, what they do is we bring about 10 to 12, and they come and they are the MCs. So they would be similar to Rocky Mountain's head JCs. They're not necessarily with the teams. They're all up front. They're getting everyone energized. They're getting them from activity to activity. There are gophers. They're the setup and takedown people. They just bring a lot of the energy to Ryla. And so it is mostly youth-led. We do have in our teams that for us, we figured the magic number was 8 students. And it is led by a Rotarian, which we call facilitators, but I got thinking this weekend, why don't we call them Rotarians, because that's what they are. And the whole goal of Ryla is to talk about Rotary. When I went as a participant, I had no idea what Rotary was, and I left not knowing what Rotary was. So we made a lot of changes to that. So after 11 years, my district pushed me into being a Rotarian, gently pushed.
Good for them.
Actually, it was more like they tricked me in, not knowing what I was getting myself into. And then I've been the chair this year, and then I will be the chair next year. We hold ours in September. It's from Wednesday afternoon to Saturday afternoon. Our students do miss 2 days of school, but we don't have any problem with that. I don't know if that's just a Utah thing, and everyone's used to missing.
Do you send out a letter to the schools? Would you have a letter that you
Only,
give to the students?
we don't do it to the schools. Every once in a while, I'll get a handful of parents that will call me and say, can you write a letter so they can be excused? Problem with Utah is there's a lot of church camps and other similar leadership camps that I think it's just the norm for your child to miss a couple days of school. So one of the biggest changes that we made was a push for the understanding of Rotary and the understanding of service. And hopefully by teaching those things, we're also teaching the leadership and the team building and the fun stuff that seems like most everybody does. We've averaged 120 students. Last year I brought in 170, so I've increased it by quite a bit. And that's our max. Our facility can't hold anymore. We're up in the mountains, so we're in a very beautiful surrounding. A couple of the things that we changed was this push for service. What we saw was students wanted to get involved. They wanted to do the service. They wanted to help out. They just didn't know how. So what we were doing was they were coming to Ryla, and we were motivating them, and we were these cheerleaders and getting them all pumped up, and then Saturday came, and it's like we just kicked them out the door. Good luck. We weren't giving them the tools, like Bridget was talking about, for home. So what we created was this mock service project that they do over the course of those 3 days, and it's set up like the Amazing Race. So the teams are opening up envelopes, and they are getting together and they're solving challenges. And the challenge might be going to the ropes course. But then the main component, I tied all of RILA into this, but the main components is taking the service project and breaking it up into small chunks. So first identifying the problems in your area, then narrowing it down and coming together to one service project that you want to do. And then we break it up into how to create a fundraiser and how to put on a fun run. Who do we contact? Who are you going to contact? What materials are you going to need for your fundraiser? So we're breaking it up, and it's basically a service project from start to finish. And then they create this mock service project on paper and in their minds. And then what they do is they present it to everybody. They create, we don't do the green project where they are actually physically making stuff, but they come up, and this is just the fun twist to this, so it's not a bunch of people getting up and everyone getting bored. They come up with, we call it the thingamajigger, and they have to come up with a made-up product to help their service project. So for example, one of the service projects the group came up with was to send food to different countries that were like Haiti. So their project, their thingamajigger, was this portal that you threw trash in, and then out the other side popped out all this food. Not practical, but it was fun, and it just got them energized for what was happening. And the whole idea behind this was learn how to do a service project, learn how to come together first as a team from 8 individuals from all over Utah. Nobody knows each other in that team. Figure out what's our problem in this area, come together, learn how to do the service project, visualize or hear about the project, and then go out and do a project. So in conjunction with this service project, we started getting a little excess funds after our RILA, and I thought, we need to spend this money. But it needs to go back towards the students. So I created a few scholarships / contests where these RILarians can earn money for their Interact clubs or their service projects. So, learn how to do a service project, now go document your service project, submit a video for the video essay, well, it's not an essay, but a video service project. They submit the video, we take the top 5, and this is, well, we will take the top 5, because I just created this last year. They'll come in and they'll show their video to RILA. They're invited back to RILA to show the video. And now you have this incoming RILarians, they're learning how to do projects, they're hearing projects, and now they're visualizing this service. And what's happening is, because I was like this, I didn't know what to do, and I was intimidated, and I thought, I can't do this. So what's happening now is they're visualizing it, and they're seeing their peers going out and doing some amazing projects. We have a lady, a RILarian from September. She's collecting shoes to send to Africa. She sent in a picture on our Facebook page of her whole garage, 2-car garage, front to back, filled top to bottom with shoes, don't know. Just from coming to RILA. Now these kids are seeing this, and then what we do is the first place winner of the video contest gets $500 to go back towards another service project. So we have criteria of what the money can be used for.
Nice.
And hopefully it's going to create this cycle of service-oriented youth in our community, which is what Rotary is about and what we should be doing. We do talk about the 5 avenues of Rotary. We talk about the service that Rotary does. We have two different high schools going into their high schools and doing Purple Pinky Days, where everybody gives $1 to get their pinky colored purple.
Oh, nice.
Between the 2 high schools, they've collected $7,000.
Wow.
Just 2 high schools.
Wow.
So the goal is this service. Other projects that we do is the first Interact Club, and this just started in September because that was something I created. The first Interact Club to be started from O'Reilly that year gets a $400 reward to go towards their Interact Club. We've also encouraged students to go out and have Rotarians match their donations. So that now you've got a new Interact Club that has a little funding to get stuff going. And then they can do a service project, and you could have almost $1,000 for a brand new Interact Club. And it's just this giving back as Rotarians. And I'm pushing our clubs to view RILA as a investment. Just like you are going to invest in service projects and other things outside your club, you expect some return. You expect the wheelchairs you give to this people to be used. You're investing in RILA. You're investing in these students. They expect a return. So those are some of the biggest things that we do. We do the fun ropes course. We do the activities. But my big focus and my big push is to create that service core curriculum that goes from year to year. And then we have all these activities that support that as we go. Any questions? I don't know what you guys use as like your booklets for your students. We used to do binders, and then we used to do half-page type booklets. I know I'm over time, but I'm flying out, so you can complain afterwards.
Hey Dustin, can you come talk to all of our clubs?
Yeah,
Great.
I will.
That was awesome.
I would love. I visited a couple. Well, I visited Rocky Mountain RILA. I've gone to Missouri. It's like my little vacation is to go to RILA. RILA